Chief photojournalist Andrew Everett shows us how these women spent part of their day getting pampered.
We have the spa shut down, and so they're able to get manicures, pedicures, facials, or massages.
The Special Collections Library, which opened back in 2012, houses news film and home movies from all over Georgia, dating back to around 1917.
I was sitting right here praying to God, please just let us be okay.
She sat in the dining area as long as she could.
When you saw the roof starting to go, what was going through your head?
Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
For the past 64 years, many of you or your family, along with thousands of big events, have appeared right here on News 12.
Our chief photojournalist, Andrew Everett, and our Laura Warren shows us how almost 30 of those years are being preserved for future generations.
It's a sound your kids are not familiar with. That's a 3/4-inch tape from 1986.
In Richmond County, Sharon Spears 12 Eyewitness News.
These tapes are the WRDW Archives. They represent 30 years of home movies for the Augusta area. They show us everything from Masters tournaments.
Preparations for the Masters have been underway for
to Mr. James Brown.
But I was raised in Augusta, and I owe that to Augusta.
As a way to preserve our history, we have donated our tapes to UGA.
As stations have been saving their tape, that really compares to a family's home movies. The home movies of Augusta are at the TV stations.
To preserve videotape and film for future generations, it needs to be in a climate-controlled environment. And our garage is definitely not.
Tape is particularly susceptible to sticky shed syndrome. It's just the way the magnetic media detaches from the base.
So each box is loaded and barcoded, ready for the trip to its new home at UGA.
You're capturing stories on a daily basis, and so our job is to preserve those stories and to make them available to people in the future.
This vault is home to books, documents, film, and videotape.
It's really important to preserve local history, especially the moving image and sound.
At 30,000 square feet, 50 degrees, and 30% humidity, the Special Collections Library, which opened back in 2012, houses news film and home movies from all over Georgia, dating back to around 1917. Nothing is in alphabetical order here. It's all about the barcode.
We link the item's barcode to the shelf barcode.
A quick trip to the top of 32-foot-tall shelves.
Here we are, WRDW Sports, 1990s.
Sports and news all right here, so students, documentarians, and generations to come will always be able to push play on our history.
We are embarrassed with how dusty our archives were, and so relieved they're in the hands of these people at UGA.
I had to wear a mask the last time I went to our garage.
So they'll save them and preserve them. And just so you know, there's a whole decade from the 60s of black and white film already in the UGA archives from our station, so they've saved that for us as well. This collections library at UGA, by the way, is open to the public. They have 3 exhibits which showcase rare books, early radio, and some early TV equipment as well.
The Brown Media Archives generates about 1 terabyte of data each week from digitizing old film and tape. And to find out more about their collection, you can go to our website.
On the shores of Compass Lake, many families find their escape.
4th of July, Father's Day, any of the holidays, this was the place to be.
But for Dolores Kakaitis, the lake is more than just a place to be.
Life as it used to be.
It's where she lives.
And I'm a 50-year native here. This is all I know.
All she knows came crashing down around her. When Michael swept through Compass Lake, it destroyed her restaurant. She was inside the whole time.
I was sitting right here praying to God, please just let us be okay.
She sat in the dining area as long as she could.
When you saw the roof starting to go, what was going through your head?
Oh my God, I'm gonna die. My husband's in Walton County and my child's across the lake. I'm gonna die. I can't get help.
So she and 7 others stuffed themselves into this walk-in fridge and waited.
I don't even like being in here right now.
Until the storm passed. But this community is so small, they say beyond the basics, they really haven't gotten much help at all.
There's so many places out in the woods around here that there could still be people trapped in those that nobody knows about, you know.
But they know.
This is where we're at. Pick up and try to go again.
And they won't be forgetting anytime soon.
Your child will probably never notice this shadow slipping in and out of their school halls. And that's the point.
Inside pins. I've seen the shoes hauled out. If you take the tongue of the shoe, the bottom of the shoe out, they have it cut up in the bottom there. Anywhere you can hide drugs, the books.
Undercover narcotics agents see it all and hear it all.
You're in the schools every day. What do you think would most surprise parents?
Parents usually think that my kid's not going to do this. Every kid has a parent.
We went digging and found what types of drugs are circulating in your child's school.
Green, grass. If you see loud or fire, that's different type trees.
All of that is code for marijuana, and as you probably guessed, that's the drug they seize the most. But we found where you live affects what drugs your child will likely be exposed to. In Richmond County schools, marijuana. In Columbia County, pills. Everything from anxiety meds like Xanax to drugs that help you focus, like Adderall, and even opioids like Percocet and oxycodone. And in Aiken County, it's a mix of marijuana and pills. Dawn Mathis knows it's happening. Just last week, her daughter came home talking about a drug bust on the Aiken Middle School campus.
Her and my niece both, they were telling me about it, They were in the bathroom and were expelled for selling drugs.
With so much of the world now just a text or swipe away, it can be overwhelming trying to keep up with what a teenager is really up to.
I've got her passwords on everything, Facebook, everything. Her text messages and things. She knows that I can look at them anytime whatsoever.
But decoding teen speak once you get into their cell phone can be a challenge all its own.
Footballs. They were talking about footballs.
Footballs, I have no idea.
That's Xanax.
Cocaine would be girl. Heroin, boy, and Superboy would be fentanyl. Wax would be THC oil.
And he says THC oil is something you need to keep a close eye on because it's much easier to get now.
Well, you should know what your parents, if your kids are getting package delivered. That's another thing. They can buy stuff online and get it delivered here or from California.
Your kids may say, hey, it's just marijuana. It's legal in some places now. But they need to realize it is not regulated here.
We've seen marijuana that's been laced with meth and fentanyl. So just be careful. Don't touch anything. If you see something, call us and we'll come out and field test it for you.
But it all comes down to parents paying attention and catching the clues before the shadow has to deal with it.
Cancer is such a tough battle, and today 47 cancer patients got a little much-needed R&R at the spa.
Chief photojournalist Andrew Everett shows us how these women spent part of their day getting pampered.
We have the spa shut down, and so they're able to get manicures, pedicures, facials, or massages.
I'm sure it's not the first time you've got a manicure.
I like to say I'm have been a cancer patient, I don't want to claim it. And I thought, when they said lymph nodes, I thought, well, I better just go say goodbye to everybody. And I just went for physical. So I would advise any woman to get their physicals.
Just to be able to give them 30 minutes of happiness just makes us feel good too.
But when I got here, I was so glad that I did come. I was just never used to this.
It's a way for us to serve and give back.
And now this young lady says we're going to have happy feet.